Howdy folks, your old pal Joe D here. Got another awesome Quicken video for you. In this video, I'm actually gonna quickly walk you through on how to buy Quicken. It can be a little confusing because Quicken does offer a variety of products, product tiers, and so on, and products for different OSs. But now it has some web-based features that can throw people off. So I'm going to walk you through real quick what's going on the website and how you can easily buy it. But before that, I'd like to ask if you like my content, please give me the old like and or subscribe. It really helps me out. Appreciate that. And also wanted to let you know, in the coming month, we are going to be relaunching yet again our flagship course. It used to be called the Financial Independence Roadmap. Now it's called Personal Finance Mastery, Investing in the Business of You. I have added even more content to the course than I did in my last update in November, but also I've kind of redesigned the course a little bit under what I'm calling the system of the business of you. I'm trying to make the content easier to digest, easier to organize in your head, and I'm even including like a quick start, just bird's eye view of the whole process, just to make the experience of the course better and to help you learn all the ins and outs of personal finance from top to bottom in as easy way as possible and as short a time as possible. So check that out. By the time you watch this video, it may be out and the link will be in the description below. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. So I'm on the Quicken website. I just want to let you know, I use Quicken on a PC still. I started using it a long time ago when it only had a PC version. But you're going to see I'm on a Mac here, FYI. I'm just saying this so you don't get confused. I run the PC version using a program called Parallels on my Mac. I will admit the PC version of Classic still has the most bells and whistles features that I'm sort of used to using. But the Mac version has definitely gotten almost equal, and probably even I could switch over to the Mac home and business version or personal and business version without issue at this point. And there are things about the Mac version I like a lot. Finally, Quicken has introduced now a completely web-based version of personal finance software. It's called Quicken Simplifi. And they have even now, I just literally learned this today making this video, they have now added a personal and business version of their Simplifi product. So this is the Windows version, just FYI. I also run the Mac version on my computer because I have some clients that like to use the Mac version and we share the data. This is what the Mac version looks like. And over here, this is Quicken Simplifi. Okay, so back to actually buying the software. So we're on the website here, and you may have gone through the plans and pricing already. I have a video walking you through all the differences of the software and kind of meandering through the website and picking out the plan and price and what works for you. So check that out. But this is really just to buy it, and it's not that that's hard to do, but there's a couple things to know. So let's say you pick Classic Premier, okay? You're going to go to get started here, and then it's going to be even further confusing. They're going to bring you down to this page, right? And this, again, they're going to throw you these options, and you can, over here, go back to buying the Deluxe or Premier. Now, you have these two options for the non-business version, but if you want the business version, you got to scroll back up here and you got to go here. All right. And now you can get started with the business version and it will start to bring you through the process of logging in. So what you're going to do is make an account, but there's a little bit of interest here I want to show you. So you make an account, put in your name, phone number, blah, blah, blah. You put in your credit card. You're going to purchase the product. Once you purchase the product, you're going to have a user name and password. And this is used in multiple ways now. Now, if you are buying a Quicken Classic product, the next step after you get your user and password is to download the software. It's going to prompt you through how to do that. Once you install the software, I'm looking at Quicken Mac, for example, here, but it would be similar on Quicken for PC. Once you install the software, it's going to bring you through some prompts, and it's going to have you log in and establish the fact that you have a paid account. It's also going to prompt you to create a database. So when you get this screen, you're going to start from scratch, follow along. You're going to notice here it says use Quicken or mobile on the web. You can choose not to do that, but this is related to the fact that the Classic products now have a web-based portal that you'll be able to sync your data to and log into. So if you find that intriguing, I would leave that on, and then you're going to name your database file. This is just picking Joe's Finances 5 because I have so many other ones. And you're going to hit next. And then it's immediately going to prompt you to start adding accounts. It's going to give you some info here. You can add an account. You can skip through this. And now you have a database file setup. Now, just so you know, if you go over here and you go show Joe's Finances 5 in Finder, this will show you exactly where the database file is stored. By default, Quicken makes a folder called Quicken, your documents folder, and in there it'll have your databases. And also over here, just FYI, if you go to these two tabs in the settings, this is where you're basically showing that your file is connected with an active paid account. And also, this is where you can choose to have that sync turned on and off. Now, I'm going to skip to, in the next part of the video here, showing you how you would access that web portal and how the data syncs between the two. Again, you can choose to do that or not. It just depends on whether or not you think you'll use it. So if you come over to the website at large, there's going to be a sign button here. And it's going to be kind of confusing because you're going to be like, what is all this stuff? Now, regardless of what you bought, okay, you can log into your account. And this is going to be, just like any other website where you can change your credit card. With Quicken Classic, it is a downloaded software thing, and it will give you the opportunity to download the software there. If it'll prompt you to do all that after you buy, but if you had to go back and download it again for whatever reason, got a new computer, you can go there and do that. And it's all just your basic account stuff, your profile, you could change your email, your name, all that jazz. But over here, then there's these options. And you're like, well, what are all these options? And so if you recall earlier in the video, I said Quicken Classic is now offering a web-based portal. This is where you would log into that web-based portal. So you could click Classic here. Actually, here, I'm gonna do this. I'll probably cut out my username and password. But I'm going to log into the Classic portal that's connected to my Mac test account here. So stand by. Okay. I am logged in to the web portal of Quicken Classic. And I know that's kind of confusing because Quicken Classic is a locally installed program with a database file that sits on your computer. However, Quicken is making it so the Classic product sort of straddles both the locally installed and web-based world. The way it does that is in the local program settings under mobile and web, you can choose to have your data sync to the web portal. All right. And when I was on the Quicken website, let's go back there. And I was not signing into my basic account info. I was signing into the product. It takes me to this web-based portal, which is pretty cool, actually. You can upload your stuff here. You can enter transactions. You can pretty much do almost everything here that you can do in Quicken Classic. So in a sense, you can get most of the Quicken Classic functionality in a web-based product here. However, as you can see, it's not the most modern web-based design. It's not bad, but if we go look at Quicken Simplifi, obviously this is a much more modern product and probably lives up to the current web-based application standard. I don't know. Again, I don't know if Quicken's going to eventually take the Classic program completely offline and push everything to this Simplifi web-based product. I think if that were the case, they kind of made a mistake with the name. So, and I assume a company of that stature would not make that kind of mistake. So maybe this is going to remain their more simple, web-based product. And if you're like a more advanced user such as myself, you would stick with the Quicken Classic product. I don't know. But in any case, when you go to the website after you buy it, this is those signing options. Now, if you bought Quicken Simplifi or Quicken Business and Personal, this is the new thing I mentioned. You're only going to have the web-based portal. There is no local install, but this is where you would log into those things. Now, additionally, you're going to find this Quicken Life Hub product. I don't know much about this. This is new. You'll also see this here. Now, this is kind of an old thing. With Quicken Classic users, for a long time there, before the full web-based version, they offered this Quicken Investing web-based product where at the very least you could have all your investment activity in a web portal and app on your phone. My guess is this investing thing will eventually go because all that will probably be built into this web interface. So that is the buying process. You are buying. You're paying for an annual account. When you go to set up your Quicken Classic PC or Mac desktop versions, you get it going, and then it says, "Hey, enter in your user and password." It gives it your ability to use the product is connected to the fact that you have an account now. You used to be able to install it, put a serial number in, and kind of be on your own, but now you have to have an active account. And that username and password also is the login for your web-based access and is where your data is syncing. Now, if you're doing Simplifi, well, we all know how that works. You buy the product, you get a username and password, and you go log in on the web-based thing, and that's it. And you're not dealing with any local installed thing, simultaneously. But for now, that's what's happening with Quicken Classic and the web-based. So I will end on this, that it used to be the case you could only have one active database file connected to your user and password, and therefore only sync one database file to your web-based portal. They've changed that. You can have multiple database files on one user and password and sync them both. And over here, you come down to this, and you can see here, I got a few different files here that I could access on this web-based portal, and I have corresponding physical database files for those. Where that's handy, I find, is because I would never have more than one for myself. If I do, it's because of tutorials. But some people manage their parents' finances, and they don't want to merge them with their own. Like they have an older parent and they can't handle their finances anymore. So you've taken over their finances. You have a Quicken database file for their finances and one for yours, but you don't want to pay for two accounts. You used to have to pay for two accounts. Now you can get away with one account and just have two files associated with your email, and they'll both sync to the web database, which is kind of handy, to be honest with you. Some of my students and clients talk to me about like setting up Quicken for their kids, but in that case, they're always wanting their kids to get on board and do it. This is where all my jokes, about like Gen Zers and stuff, and the Boomer software is like from my clients who like try to set it up with their kids, and their kids like, I don't know, I'll go find some other program to use. And they're like, are you sure? Like, I know how to use this and I can teach you. And like, no, I don't know. So I guess that's my impersonation of a Gen Zer. Sorry, Gen Zers. Okay, that is all for now, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.